So like out of my element right now. I feel like a whole new bitch. I'm like a whole brand new. Hey y'all, my name is Kimberly B, as you can clearly see below, and today I'm coming to you guys with my first ever 613 lace frontal wig install. This video is kind of long, but I do promise that it's all packed with tons of tips, and I'm showing you guys in detail everything that I did to achieve this look. I got this wig from Amazon from the vendor Eunice Hair. I've used their hair multiple times, but this is my first time trying out their 613 wig. So I'm thinking that I will go ahead and do a middle part with this wig, just because it's not that much space on the sides for the lace closure. So of course I have optimal parting space here within the middle. I feel that the wig has some yellow tones in it. So what I will be doing is, I'll be using the Shimmer like shampoo. I think it's maybe like $6 at your local beauty supply, and it's a purple color, and it's supposed to help blonde and silver hair as well. My wig head is from Amazon as well, GEX, you know. So I'll be working on this bad boy today. So if you don't listen to anything else I say, sis, please don't be like this. Look at that. Very wasteful, very extra for nothing. Okay, so when it comes to the shimmer lights, less is more, I promise. You can always add more shimmer lights purple shampoo if you need to. Look at that. I even went back for a double take after putting all that dang on purple shampoo in there, like it wasn't gonna work. But honestly, with the shimmer lights, less is more. You don't want to put too much in there, because if you do, you may end up turning your hair purple. Okay, just saying. I had a few little purple streaks, but I was lucky enough to be able to get it to come out kinda and to not really show its true effect on my hair, and my hair still looked blonde. But as you can see, I am realizing what I have done, and I was shook. I was definitely shook. So what I did was I poured out the excess purple water, and then I added some regular water in to try to dilute the purple color to, you know, make it more even and more acceptable. So the traditional way to do it would be to, of course, dump your hair within the purple water mix a few times and then let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. It really does not take long for the hair to tone. And once you have done so, you want to go back through and give the hair a good rinse prior to proceeding on to your regular functions, okay? Which would be the regular old wash and shampoo. So as you could see, my hair did have a little bit of a purple tint, but after I continued to wash and rinse, luckily it does come out. I got so freaking lucky. So yeah, just don't be like me. Less is more and you will be okay, I promise. So now I'm just using the Aussie Mega Miracle Moist shampoo to give my hair a good wash, and then I'm going through with the Tresemme as my conditioner. On the hair, and I just brought it back into the room just to, you know, just to comb through it and see how it's gonna look, or, you know, if some of that extra purple might come out. And I don't know yet. We shall see. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this in and rinse it, but this is what it looks like up close right now. Y'all, I got blessed and lucky, because if you look at it up close and personal, it does seem like it does have like a little bit of a slight tint to it. So now I'm just leaving this wig to sit on my dome head while I take care of my natural hair. I'm leaving it to air dry, and of course I'll end up using some heat on it eventually, but you know, it'll just help out to air dry it partially. So I went ahead and I washed and I conditioned my hair, and I did a braid down, and I, you know, put my hair all up together. And now I'm just using the Africa's Best Scalp Moisturizer. It's just a hair grease, and I love to make sure that I'm taking care of my natural hair up underneath, regardless of what hairstyles we are doing, you guys. So you just want to make sure that you have some type of moisturizer there. And now I'm just taking one of my wig caps, and I am placing that on my head just like this. You want to pull it over your ears and make sure that you're pushing back any little baby hairs that might be coming forth that don't need to be forward, you know, just to protect those. And then as well, here we go, baby hair dance, baby hair dance, baby hair ball cap, baby hair ball cap, hey, hey. Okay, so anyways though, yeah, I am now taking a thread and then I am just securing my bald cap in place. I really don't know if this helps or not. I just like to do it because it makes me feel like I have a little bit more security going on for my bald cap. And then I also go ahead and I do the both of those sides. I do one side here, as you can see, and then I'll also go ahead and proceed to do the other side, and do a little snip. Oh yeah, as well too, you want to make sure that you do cut like the little hole thing. I don't know why my bald cap, I think maybe I just use like low quality bald caps and then they always got a tear, because yeah, I don't know, like I've never been able to do it without doing a little tear behind the ear. But anyways, there we go. Okay. Now I have my got to be glued freeze blaster spray. Is it got to be glue or gots to be? I like to say gots to be glues. So anyways though, you want to be careful about the way that you're spraying this freeze blaster spray, because if you spray it out of the can too fast, it will end up on your forehead. So you need to make sure that you're taking your time with this portion. This probably took me like maybe like 15 minutes. It did take me a while to finish this little part because it's important that we are not spraying too fast, because it will be all over your forehead and not where you want it to be. So take your time. And then of course I'm using my blow dryer on a medium setting in order to help to speed up the process. So I did probably about 2 or 3 layers, and then of course now I'm just blow drying it to make sure that it all dries in place. And then once we have dried it in place, you want to take one of these little razors. These things are like $1 at the beauty supply, and you'll just be cutting around the edges of your bald cap to get rid of any extra bald cap that you do not need. So please be careful. Honestly, I was looking back at this like, dang, I'm about to slice my forehead open the way I was chopping it. But yeah, luckily, I don't know, God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. So I did not cut myself, thank God. Okay, but yes, please be careful, please use caution. And you also can cut it with a jagged edge, just so that it's not straight, and it kind of mimics like the inconsistencies of our regular forehead, y'all. So I also go ahead and cut off that little back hanging portion on the bald cap, because I just feel like it's not necessary to keep it there. And lastly, I'm going in with my active bold hold glue. So I'm just putting a thin little bit on the edges of where the end of that bald cap and the cut comes from. So as you can see, I'm also repurposing my razor blade, because I like to use the end as like a little spatula for my hair and like to spread glue, so basically it's just another little tip if you want to repurpose it. I also like to use like the end of combs as well. Those work also in spreading that out. And as well, I do kind of swoop it in a little downward motion to make it lay as flat as possible against my head. And this is just to make the edges of that bald cap blend in with your forehead. So as well, once again, back at it again with the blow dryer, and we're now ready to do some concealer. I think it'll be okay. So basically I'm just using this pressed powder and I'm going over the edges in order to make it blend more, and I think it will do a good job. Yes baby. But yeah, this is just to get some more blending action going in ahead. And this is very, very affordable. I think like $2 at your local Family Dollar, or even probably Dollar Tree, you can get it for $1. So I got mine at a Family Dollar though, so very affordable. They have different colors too to find your shade. And then lastly, to finish with the bald cap install, I have some paper towel, and I like to use paper towel because I don't have to worry about little pieces of cotton falling off everywhere on my edges, especially if there's any tackiness, because that'll be a mess. And then I do have some 70% alcohol. I barely got anything left up in here. Y'all hear this? It's a shortage right now, but I can rock it out with this, and this is just to clean up any excess glue that's like right on that edge, y'all, and as well to prep the area for good adhesion. So now that we're done cleaning up our edges, it's back to the wig and finishing the process of that. So it's about 2 hours later. I've taken care of my hair and now I'm going in with some heat protectants. I'm using the ORS heat protectant serum as well as the icy Fantasia spray, and this is also a heat protectant. You don't want to use too much because you don't want to weigh the hair down or have a nasty film over time. So other than that, I'm just using my brush attachment and going through and blow drying this hair on a low setting just so that I'm not damaging it and causing excess frizz. So we're gonna throw her on. Look at me, I look crazy. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm scared. This wig is very big head friendly, okay? So this is the band. It honestly is very, very soft. Like, wow, I'm shocked. Very soft, very nice, so that it won't hurt me. So now we are doing what is called guesstimation measurements, you guys. So you want to take your elastic band and pull it from the point that you want the band to start and the finishing point that you would want the band to end on your wig. So typically for me, that is right before the lace frontal starts on my wig, and I just pull it to make sure that it's snug as if I was truly wearing it. All right, so this is my little piece of band, but it expands a lot. So a little goes a long way with that, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and just go ahead and simply sew it on my wig. So I'm just using some of my weave thread and the curved needle and doing a basic dolphin stitch. And a dolphin stitch is simply where you're looping around, but making sure that you're going through the wig as well as the elastic band. And then once you get to the end, you can chop it, and then I'll show you guys how it looks. Now I did have my elastic band installed inside. It looks really small, but it does expand a lot in order to fit my head snugly. So I'll go ahead and try it on once again just to make sure that it fits properly. You want to verify now that it doesn't cause you any discomfort as well, just so that you can have a good experience and I won't feel like, oh my gosh, I need to take my wig off. All right, y'all, so the next step in customizing our lace is to cut off that extra lace that sits around the area of your ear. So you do want to make sure that you are taking your time with this. You don't want to accidentally cut off any excess hairs, and you don't want to cut off too much lace because then it may not cover your sideburns well enough, which is what happened to me. So yeah, if you peep me laughing right here, this is because I knew that I messed up. At this moment, she knew she fucked up, okay? Because I was like, oh snap, I didn't cut off an extra couple pieces of hair for no reason, you know? So you don't want to be that person. You want to make sure that you're taking your time and using clips as well as scrunchies or whatever you may need in order to divide up that area and determining where your lace ends. And then as well, I also would recommend that if you do have a white eyeliner, that it would be a good idea to go ahead and mark it on your lace just so that you could do a better job at making sure that you're not making extra mistakes that don't need to be made and that it fits you correctly. Because if you can see, I did cut off a tad bit too much, but I still made it work, okay? So now I am struggling because I put my elastic band on before I tinted my lace, but I still made it work once again. So honestly, I would suggest that you can go ahead and do the late tint spray prior to putting on your elastic band just so that you can easily flip it inside out. But if not, either way it works at the end of the day. So what I'm doing is flipping my wig inside out, and then I'm taking my BeWigg light brown spray And this is a lace tint spray in order to give my lace a brown appearance so that it would match my head more. So you want to have a good distance away from that lace, and you want to continue to spray it in order to give it that tint color, of course, so that it will match your skin better. And then other than that, I'm using a blow dryer in order to speed up the process of drying that lace tint spray so that I can be ready to go.
It should appear more brown, of course, at the root snap. So just showing y'all the after with the lace tint.
All right, y'all, so to start, I am finally ready to install the hair, and the first thing that I'm doing is cutting the excess lace into 3 parts. You do not want to cut too far up to where it's actually on the area that you'll be using for your actual lace edge. This is just a good way to assist with laying the lace down. So I'm starting off with my Bold Hold Active Glue once again, and I am doing a dot line all across the perimeter of my edges. I am putting the glue right before my edges, but on some parts they actually are kind of overlapping on my edges. So it's just a personal preference for me that I'm pretty careful with taking my weaves and wigs off so that I'm not tearing them out, but you definitely want to use caution with doing so. I just feel like my forehead is not wide enough for me to just lay it right on front, or it's gonna look like my lace is ready to touch my eyebrows. So I just like to glue it like right around or on top of the edges, but like a little right before as well too. So I'm still working on that first layer of glue, and I like to make it kind of thick just so that I have a little bit of clearance area, you know what I'm saying? So yes, you do not want to add on any excess glue until it dries clear completely. So as you can see, that first layer was clear prior to putting on a second layer of wet white glue other than that little corner, as you can see. So as well, once again, I'm going in with my little makeshift spatula, and that actually is the end of my razor that I'm using in order to spread that glue about, just so that it could dry.
Hey guys, so just be aware, I do have a shirt on. Basically, my phone literally died in the midst of filming the final portion of me applying this wig, but I just wanted to show you guys. So of course, where we last left off was that I did a second coat of glue, and then basically as soon as it was dry, you want to take it, starting off with the middle, you pull it down, and then you want to use whatever your little spatula tool will be and press it in place, okay? Once you do that, you want to move on to the next side, which I did the second side next. And as well too, FYI, if you're able to make sure that you cover your natural hair up, that's where you'll get the better looking results, because of course you can see like a little bit of my black hair shining through. And then of course I did it to this side third, and this was my last side. So now this is all applied at this time, okay y'all? So she is locked in place, and what I did was I took this satin scarf and I basically placed that along my forehead, and I let it sit there probably for like a good 30 minutes by now, because I did took a quick shower in the midst of everything. So yeah, she is applied. But of course we'll have to cut the lace as well.
So once again, I am going back to my freeze blaster spray for Got to Be Glues, and I am using the end of my comb just to make sure that those free edges of the lace that I had recently just cut are laying flat to my head. So I'm just pressing that in using my comb as well as the freeze blaster spray just to make sure that it is flat up to the T.
now I feel like a whole new bitch. I'm like a whole, okay, I'm just playing, but no, for real, like, oh, I just burned myself and I just burned my fingers. I don't know what song they're playing, but it's a whole bop. It's a whole vibe. So I'm gonna go over top of this with some Not Body and see what that does because, girl. Okay. Oh my god. See, this is what it should look like. This thing don't even seem like it's on.
So this is the final look, you guys. I was freaking obsessed. I felt like I was a whole new chick. Like when Megan Thee Stallion said change up my hair so he could feel like he cheating, this is what she meant, okay? But yeah, cheers to you if you made it to the end. I thank you all so much for watching. Leave me some comments. We are almost to 10 freaking K, you guys. So make sure that you subscribe and follow me on Instagram as well. I do want to get more active there. Other than that, I hope that y'all have a great day and thank you so much for watching. Love you. Bye.